Everybody say clap.
Clap!
That's how we do it.
I've succeeded.
All right. Welcome to episode 3 of Lost and Lazy. We are a podcast, a leisure podcast of a bunch of people who just want to talk about a bunch of nerdy shit. So sit back, relax, and listen to us try and be experts. So this week,
Don't have to try if you are.
yep. Guys, I'm having a real hard time this week.
Hey, we had a D&D session, so I guess you have a little bit of a pass on that.
No. That's not why. Some would say it's because I got a fever, and the only cure is a movie bonanza.
Hey.
You gotta say more cowbell. You gotta do the quote.
No, that's probably copyright infringement.
No, it isn't.
Just kidding.
Quote?
So, as you hear, we have a new person on the podcast. One of the newest co-hosts. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Go
What's
ahead.
up, everybody? I'm Wesley. First time on the podcast. Gonna be discussing movies tonight, I guess. Looking forward to it.
Woo-hoo.
Nice. And as you just heard, we also have back. Bran, go ahead.
Back? Did
Yeah.
I miss?
No.
Yeah, I'm back. Hi.
I'll let the other two co-hosts say their speech.
Go ahead, Sean.
I'm back.
The
Guess
end.
we're doing some movie stuff tonight.
And I'm back from a long-awaited pause of playing Tarkov, I guess. But my name's Adam Bomsky.
Bro has a problem.
Yep.
Like a drug addiction.
All right, so as usual, we'll start with how everybody's week's going, what you've been playing. We heard a little bit about what Adam's been playing, and since he was the last one to talk, we'll go with that. Adam, what have you been doing this week?
Well, not a whole lot of anything but Tarkov and Rocket League when I can get the chance to. But, Tarkov basically has my life right now. Can't get enough of it. Just trying to get better loot every single day. That's about all you can do.
Right on.
Nice.
That's solid.
All right. Well, Adam, thank you for telling us what you've been up to, and we love that you play Tarkov. All right. Waffle. Or Sean. Sorry.
Nothing's changed. Same things. Pow World and Hunt Showdown.
All right. Still,
Heck yeah.
how is Pow World going? You got a gun yet?
Yeah, got a couple.
Yeah. Been shooting
Yeah.
some of them pals.
Yeah,
All right.
so
all right.
it's much easier to kill them that way.
All righty.
You've got a bunch of indentured servants in your under your care now, I guess, right?
Yeah, all survival games need this. Makes it so much easier to not have to deal with the base.
That's true, I guess. Bran, what have you been playing?
I've been doing the same thing, minus Lethal Company. So just Assassin's Creed Mirage. Yeah, that's it. It's great.
Okay.
It's great.
All right.
I'm picking up words from Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
in a different language.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know right now. I don't know.
She's been saying them all over the house, but she doesn't know. Okay.
I know Ezio's a name in Italian. That's something. There you go.
There you go.
I don't know if that's true, but
It sounds
Isn't he
right
like
to me.
AC2? That's him, dude. It's all good.
no, I know. Yeah.
Well, you've been
I'm not-
playing Mirage, so you give me an example.
I think one of the ones you've been saying is Yashariki or Sariki or something like that.
It's Yasariki. I don't say that with the proper enunciation.
She
Yeah.
just wanted you to say it, Josh.
As an American,
Yeah.
I would say Yasariki.
Yeah.
It means like
To be
my
fair,
friend.
I think it's super impressive when like people can actually like pick up stuff because from like a game or something. Because I've seen people like in like YouTube comments being like, "I learned English by watching YouTube like videos of my favorite creators. I'm like, how in the fuck do you pick that up?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
That
Like,
is
I can't
super
do
hard.
that. I can't do that. That's like me saying I know Japanese because I watch I watch subs instead of dubs. I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Can't you?
also
I
really
can't.
love
I'm
the
not smart
history.
enough.
Yeah. She's been reading all the stuff in the game while I just
I
skip
love
it.
the history from the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah. All right, Waz.
I have not been up to too much. Actually, I'm kind of easing back into gaming after kind of coming off this hiatus that I've been on for the past couple of weeks, and been playing some BG3 and kind of just playing some games with Adam for his stream. We've been playing like Escape the Backrooms a lot, which is fun. So might play more of that tonight if Adam doesn't want to play Tarkov after this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Sounds good to me.
But and then I've been honestly kind of just like watching. I've been streaming more than anything else, honestly, even more than games. Getting into the D&D scene with you guys, it's been a lot of fun. And
I forgot about that.
yeah, we all did that last night, so everybody here did that. So that's something everybody
That is
could
a
add.
thing.
Everybody could add that.
Yeah, we
But-
didn't forget. I had nightmares about it, Brandon.
Adam was whispering in his sleep, "Goblins are real." As he was going to bed last night, so
Yeah.
I know for a fact that happened. But and then I've been streaming Has Been Hotel a lot on Amazon Prime, and it's a pretty good series. I do recommend it if anybody wants to watch that. So that's kind of what I've been up to past week.
Very nice.
Nice. And yeah, you guys all enjoyed the D&D thing?
Oh, it was awesome, dude.
Incredible.
Me and Adam, like I said, haven't played in like 8 years, dude. We
Mhm.
we were looking forward to it, and it did not disappoint. We had a lot of fun.
A lot of
One of
fun
the
until
best
the goblins
beginnings.
came out, though.
That was my favorite part. I actually the crabs are the part that I didn't like.
The
I didn't
abacus
have-
scared me.
I didn't have any issues with anything.
It was the abacus for me.
The abacus was
abacus.
pretty scary. And the
The
femur.
abacus and the femur. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Calculating how many she needs.
I was just trying to help figure out how many rocks were coming down. All right.
It was a little too late for that, I'll tell you that right now.
Poor Adam, dude. Adam had a rough time when we
It
went
was a
through that
rough
door.
night.
Well, I'm glad you all had fun with it. That's good. That's all that matters.
What have you been doing, Josh?
So let's talk about that over the next hour of our time. I have been doing a lot, and I have told Adam that he too now needs to start doing a lot because I'm tired of being the only one that talks about it. I did a bunch of stuff on Next Fest, which is Steam's got its demos coming out and stuff. And I played a bunch of the demos. Probably the one I like the most is Dungeonborn, which I've been playing even though I hate games like Dungeonborn, which are like what would you call them, Adam? They're the same as like Tarkov and stuff.
It's basically an extraction shooter, but I would put it in. It's basically Dark and Darker. If anybody's played that, I think the enemies are a lot cooler in Dungeonborn because I did watch Josh play it a little bit.
I played with him a couple days ago. It was fun.
Yeah,
It was, I
it's
still
cool.
think I like Dark and Darker a little bit better, but it was fun. It's definitely a strong alternative to
Right.
Dark and Darker.
Yeah. Yeah, so I played that. I'm still playing that every so often. I also tried Tales of Kenzera, which is a kind of like a roguelite Prince of Persia, but I think it's based in Africa, I want to say, because he's a shaman of a tribe. It's pretty fun from what I played of the demo. The game comes out, I think, pretty soon. I also played Gift, or Girft, I don't know how to say the name, where you're a little diver guy, and you're trying to escape...
It's just gift.
Gift, yeah. You're trying to escape a ship that sunk. I tried Welcome to Paradise.
Was that the side scroller that you were sharing that one day?
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah.
was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that looked cool. That looked really
Yeah,
cool.
so it looks pretty cool. Welcome to Paradise is a zombie game that I was trying to see if maybe like um pretty much all of us could play together or whatever because it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Um and you get to ride a zombie. You can put a saddle on it and ride it, which was pretty cool. Standalone, which is like you're a robot sheep trying to save its people, I guess.
Relatable.
Save the sheep from Dr. Wolf, which was it was interesting. There's a lot of good demos. A lot of people tried other demos I didn't really try. I know like there was this cat one that a lot of people were digging. That I just don't. I mean, cats are cool and everything, but I don't want to be a cat. So
Hey, Stray was an awesome game. I don't know if you ever played it, but me and
Yeah.
Waz
I
did,
had-
and it was awesome.
It
I
was
had
pretty
no
awesome.
interest in it. I heard it was good. I don't think it's a bad game. It's just I don't care to play as a cat.
I was.
You know.
I mean, I kind of was like that too, but we got it for free because when it came out on PlayStation 5, that's when me and Adam hadn't got our PCs yet. So we went and tried it, and we played it together because you can like kind of game share, and then like I had Adam like control like my PlayStation. We could play a single player game together, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really
Surprisingly.
enjoyed that game.
Yeah. I've heard good things about it. I also played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Mirage. Um I love some of Assassin's Creed. Mirage is an okay game. It's I'm definitely not as invested as Bran is
Marry you.
in Assassin's Creed. I find everything a little tedious, and kind of a lot of the times I just end up thinking like, just let me go assassinate someone. I don't want to. I don't want to go through plot A B C D E F G to get to assassinate that person. Like, just let me go assassinate him.
Yeah.
Especially since they're doing the old style. Like,
Yeah, I heard it was a return to roots. Like, does it
Yeah,
succeed in
it's
that? Like,
yeah. It succeeds in all the combat and stuff. And the problem is I've never been good at being an assassin in Assassin's Creed. So very
that's
much
a major flaw. Major flaw right there.
Very-
Yeah, there was this one point where he was like, "Why can't I just run in and attack the people?"
yeah.
And I was like, "It's
I
time
very
Assassin's Creed."
Stealthy.
I very much I used to, when I streamed it back in the day, I used to have a person that would come into my streams and would be like, you assassins fight the dark, or fight the light from the dark, you fight the light or the dark from the light, and you I'm so sorry. Ugh, I am
Tongue
confused.
twister. Tongue
Yeah.
twister, dude. I'm
Basically
confused, too. No, I'm just
saying-
kidding.
Basically saying that I don't go into shadows, I fight from the sun. Like, I fight in the light. All right, looks like we lost Adam for a second. Everybody make fun of him. Just kidding.
Oh, what happened? Oh, did he get kicked or something?
No, he's on a phone call. So
Gotcha.
Oh.
I'm just bringing it up so everybody knows, so
Oh, yeah.
everybody can make fun of him when he gets back.
Yeah, it's probably his dad too. So we're gonna make extra fun of him when he comes back.
Yeah. No, for sure. Other than that, I've been playing Persona 3 Reload a lot. Like, I was playing it before we started. And that game is a lot of fun. I love the Persona series. I've played it a bunch of times. Not this one, but like other Persona games. And this one is turning out to be probably one of my favorites. But I didn't play the original, so we'll find out how it ends.
I wanted to ask you about that because I've never played the Persona games either. Like I've never played even one, and I was kind of like, is there like an entry point for that? Can you just like pick like a Persona 3 and start playing it? Or do you
so
need to,
like no, they're all separate. So Persona 3 is connected to 4, at some points. Like you'll see little bits of each of them. Like if you played Persona 3, then you would see like a poster with a Persona, or if you play Persona 4, you would see a poster of a Persona 3 character in there. And if you play Persona 5, you would see a poster of a Persona 4 character. Like that's about as much as they get involved, unless you play like the Dance All Night game or the
Gotcha.
fighting games. Those are like direct sequels to what happens in Persona 3 and 4.
Gotcha. Okay, because I was curious about that because I didn't really know how like linear the story was.
Yeah, no, they're
And
all
so,
separate.
okay.
They all kind of, so like Persona 3, you're fighting up, it's basically a dungeon delve. You're like fighting up a tower, and uh you're going to like try and figure out why this what's happening in the world is happening. It's all around this tower that you have to go up. Persona 4, you're trying to find a serial killer, and Persona 5, you are trying to right the wrongs of society through people doing evil things by changing their hearts. But they're all like separate stories.
Cool. I'll have to give it a shot because like, I've heard good things about it, and a lot of people swear by Persona, and I always kind of wanted it to try, but I just didn't know like from where it was like numbered entries. I thought maybe it was like, maybe there was a linear story or something.
Yeah, they're all very much like friendship overcomes everything. That's
like
very
most
much
anime.
it is.
It's like most like shonen anime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so they're really good though. I'm really enjoying this. I've already put in probably like close to 40 hours into this one.
I
And it's only
watched,
been
I watched
out-
Josh play it a lot here recently. It
Bro's
actually
put
looks
some
pretty good.
BG3 numbers into that game. Dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think it only came out like a week or two ago, I want to say. Like, let's see. Yeah, the release date was February 2nd, so maybe a little bit more than 2 weeks. Or no. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 9 days. So in 9 days I've played almost 40 hours.
That's pretty crazy.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
It's not as nuts as some other games I played. I think when I played Fire Emblem Three Houses when it came out, in the first month I played 300 hours.
Yeah, honestly, me and Adam called off work when Elden Ring came out.
Yeah.
We just played Elden Ring for like 3 days
That
straight.
game consumed my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's pretty
so
wild.
there's games, there's always those ones that hit. I should have been playing more Prince of Persia, but I haven't. Still working on those recordings. I have like enough episodes to not have to work on it for a little bit, but also I have another game coming out soon, Ghost of New Eden, which is one that I need to buy eventually. I haven't bought it yet because I don't have the money to, but it's on my it's number one on my wish list, and that one looks like it's gonna be good. It comes out on the 13th, and it's Banisher's Ghost of New Eden. It's looks like it's gonna be a ton of fun and very interesting storyline. But yeah,
Got some stuff coming down the pipeline then.
yeah, no, I got a lot coming down the pipeline because that's just stuff that I'm recording. I also have, what's it called? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out at the end of February, which I'll be playing and talking on the podcast about, but I won't be doing a playthrough of it. I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna play it right when it comes out because I keep thinking to myself I kind of want to go and beat Final Fantasy VII, like the original game. So maybe I'll do that and have like Waz and Waffle on with me to like go through it with me. I don't know. We'll see.
Heck yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah. Because I know Waffle. I know Sean loves that game. He's played it multiple times on the Switch.
Hey, my love.
What? What'd you say, bud?
It was my son.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
didn't hear you.
that scared me. I jumped. I was like, oh,
Hi, my love.
Hello, buddy.
hello.
Just say hello. Now go to bed, bud.
I love it.
Oh, woo,
Yeah.
Hello,
I'm
my
not even
love.
I jumped out
Hi,
of my
buddy.
seat.
Love you. Go to
Hey.
bed.
Alright,
So
go to bed,
yeah, so yeah, I got a lot in the pipeline. I'm still debating on whether I want to do a playthrough, like a recorded playthrough of Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2. I don't know if I want to do that or not,
Oh
but
yeah, actually, yeah, my buddy, Tucker, he sent me a thing. He's like, dude, Dragon's Dogma 2 or whatever. I was like, oh, I
yeah,
was
the
like,
problem is it's not multiplayer.
yeah, that's what he said. And I was
Yeah,
like, damn, that's
so
a shame.
like the problem that I've always had with those games is well, not the second one. I don't know how the second one's going to run, but I played the first one, and the first game runs very much like an MMO when it comes to the quest. And that was always a problem for me because I'm like, if you're going to do that, make this game multiplayer. Let me have like my 3 friends with me to play through this because like it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters who's the main person because you're the person that the dragon deals with, but like, let me adventure with my buddies on this game.
Well,
Don't make
I
it a
mean,
single player game.
possible solution. And Adam, do you remember what's that application that we used when we were going through and we were playing the Amnesia the Bunker game? Because we're looking for an application
Yeah.
that basically can allow you to give the controller or your mouse and keyboard basically like you can on PS5 because it's integrated in like the PS5.
I think it's just
system.
on the P West. It's like Hannah.
Yeah, I
or
can't.
something.
I'll have to look it up. We both have it, but you can friend people and then like connect to their and you can like switch. So like single player game, like me and Adam can play single player games
Parsec.
together.
Parsec.
Parsec, yeah. It's free and it's like awesome. It's super easy to use and there's not a bunch of like extra overhead with it either. When
Yeah,
you're playing
it's
games.
really easy.
Like, so like that could be like if you like if
Yeah.
you, like would want to do that. I know that's like not the same. Handing controller off because only one person's in control at a time. But I mean, that is an option. Like me and Adam play horror games like that sometimes, and it's still pretty fun.
Okay. So it would be a single, like basically my computer and your computer would play it, but I just switch it off to you sometimes, and
Right. And you're
It's like
still
any
both there at the
it's
same time.
basically any desk, but it's kind of built for like gaming applications, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I mean, there's not like a ton of games coming out this year, and as I told Adam, he needs me and him are gonna sit down and talk about some single player games because I can't be the only one talking about video games every time.
I'm definitely
the
down.
same
I'm definitely
five.
down. I'm sure Waz will do it too.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll play if you're like, hey man, I can give me some homework, dude. Just be like, hey, you need to go play these games. I'll be like,
Well, I
"Alright."
told him I have a bunch of single player games that I like, so I'm just gonna give him a list of stuff that I'm looking forward to, and like stuff like I'll just show him the trailers or something. Like we'll just hang out one night and do that. But yeah, so let's get into the movies.
Woo!
Let's do it.
Let's movie Bananza.
I had to hurry up and watch Night Swim before this to make sure I was able to contribute to the conversation. So I'm ready to roll.
All right, let's start with that then. We watched Night Swim. Most of us watched it about like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks
a couple
ago.
weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. It's the movie by James Wan, right?
He's the producer.
He's a producer, yeah.
The
Okay.
name of the director is Bryce something. I've never heard of him before.
Okay, and
Probably
it's
a reason.
It's a Bloomhouse or Blumhouse, however you want to say it. I've heard people say Blumhouse. I've heard people say Bloomhouse. I don't.
Yeah, I've heard both too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What
It's supposed to be a horror movie.
they tried. I mean, they tried.
Yeah, no, they tried. I thought it was interesting. The synopsis is basically a former baseball player gets a disease that's like breaking down. He has MS, I think.
It's MS. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
MS.
and so he's looking to spend time with his family and like trying to get healthier. All the while, they're trying to find a new place to live. They find a house with a pool. The pool is an underground, like the water comes from a cave underground, and
It's a well.
Yeah, it's a well, and so the pool fills up and the pool is haunted, and they get more pool ghosts than they bargain for.
They kill a kid in the first 5 minutes of the film. I mean, that's kind of ballsy. That could be a ballsy decision.
And then they kill the cat, which was
that's
worse than Wes's eyes.
This movie 0 out of 10 for me because of that scene. Let me just tell you that.
Also, the more than bargain for thing that I just said is from Horror Movie Talk. So if you guys like horror movies, go watch them. They're pretty good.
I have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting movie. I definitely didn't hate it, but I will say someone definitely sat in a room and was like, "Hey, you know what's scary? Pools." And everybody else in the room was probably like, "No, they're not." And the person's like, "Yeah, they are."
I feel like how they try to hammer that in too, because the wife, like in the first, I think like 20 minutes of the movie, like when the pool, before they start to clean the pool, she's like, "I was always scared of pools." I'm like, who in the fuck is like, "I'm scared of pools"? I've never heard anybody in my life say that. Like,
so I really feel like what they were trying to do is someone was scared of the ocean and someone was scared of lakes, and they were like, "Well, let's do a pool." But nobody's scared of a pool because you can see the freaking bottom. The reason why people are scared of lakes and the ocean is because you don't know what's down beneath you.
My hand is raised right now.
Go ahead.
do it, man.
No, I'm saying my hand is raised because that's what petrifies me in lakes and oceans. If
I
I can't
got
get to
you.
the bottom, I have
Yeah,
thalassophobia beyond thalassophobia. It's bad, dude.
Yeah. And they actually did kind of do, like, in those parts where it's like they're in the pool, but they're not. They're kind of in that empty void underwater. I do agree with Adam. I don't have thalassophobia like he does, but that part did kind of put me on edge more than anything else. That was really the only part of the movie that kind of put me on edge. And it was a little creepy when, like you said, too, you're like, dude, this part creeped me out when I was watching it, and she was peeking through the air filter, or the water filter.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a little freaky. But some were creepy and some weren't. Some of the like people that were like the well had taken or whatever.
Pennywise in the filter.
Yeah. Legitimately, that's 100% what it felt like.
Yeah, no, it was. They took a lot of stuff from other horror movies, but like, again, it's a pool. Like, yeah, Adam, you're scared of like a lake in the ocean, but are you scared of a pool?
No.
Like, I still kind of have it, arachnophobia of small spiders or medium-sized spiders. But when I watch Eight-Legged Freaks, if a spider was the size of a house, I would not be scared of it because I could see it coming.
True.
Yeah, if you can't see something coming, like in a lake, some hand reaches out from the blackness or a shark comes up from the ocean, I totally get it. But a pool, like, no.
Another thing that bothered me about that movie was like the father-son relationship was just very awkward.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really focused
scene.
on. It was blown over. Like, it's kind of shown that it doesn't really seem like there's a problem until the baseball scene happens. Then he's like, "Oh, Dad's taking all my attention away from me." Which, to be fair, he's like 7.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess to a degree, like, I get it. But then, like, it's not really. I don't know. There's not really ever like a moment. Like, they never I don't think that there's ever a scene where the dad and the son like sit down and just like talk to each other ever. It's just like, so I never bought the relationship because it was never really shown on screen.
Right, and then at the end, whenever he like sacrifices himself, it's like I don't really care because
still pissed about the cat that happened like 45 minutes ago. It just like that hurt me. I was like, please tell me the cat doesn't die. And Adam's like, just wait and find out. And I was like, that means it's gonna die. It's gonna die.
Yeah. No, I mean, let's face it. Horror movies are notorious for killing the animals, and
the animal,
it's
because
just
the
what
animal
it
always
is.
senses something. The animal always knows before the people do, and then it's like, and it just, it's weird. Like, Blumhouse is such a hit or miss. Like, we were kind of talking about this earlier, and it's like they either like, because The Invisible Man was really good. Depending upon who you ask, Five Nights at Freddy is either really good or terrible.
Yeah.
And then a movie like this, I don't know, man. This feels like it was early 2000s horror almost. Like it's like a throwback. It's like it's weird. Like after movies that we've gotten, like It Follows and stuff like that, that like horror movies like this still come out. Like I don't understand what the appeal is. And does anybody know
Yeah.
like how much money like this movie made? Like it came out in theaters, right?
Keep talking and I'll look it up.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
like I genuinely like I don't know if it was like straight to streaming or like kind of like what the whole thing with that was, but like going back to what you were saying like about it being a pool, like I feel like that's the only reason like the possession part of the story exists, because it's like how do you constantly get people to go swimming in the pool? Like they possess people and they're like, you gotta swim all the time, I want to hang out in the deep end of the pool always.
So night swim, and this is, so I'm gonna talk a little bit too about this. So we were talking about it earlier. The thing with Blumhouse is that they may their movies may not seem like they do very good. Like this movie probably didn't do good. I'd have to look up on the Rotten Tomatoes score of what it did. But this movie was made with $15 million and it grossed $46 million. So they made their money back.
Yeah, they did.
And
Holy
the thing
shit.
is most movies like this, so it got a 22 on Rotten Tomato and a 42 audience score,
Not
which I
shocking.
usually go by the audience score. But here's the thing: they made it for 15 mil, and they got back for it. So they made over what they were, maybe not what they were expecting, but
Dude, Blumhouse,
still-
they are a mastercraft on how to make money. Like that's
Well,
they're
and-
kind of just that's like they're a machine almost. Like
well, and that's the thing though. Like with horror movies, you kind of expect it to be kind of wonky,
Yeah.
when you go see them. Like most horror, like I don't know, like you could say that Nope and Jordan Peele's horror movies are like the best of that like high budget horror,
yeah,
but at the same time it's probably not high budget. The most
Yeah,
horror movies are not high budget. They're usually
don't need
low
to be.
budget, but then they sell
Yeah.
good because that low budget kind of magic of it seeming real, because it's not like all CG funded and stuff like that, makes it more scary for the viewer, I feel like.
and sometimes it works in its favor. Like horror movies that are so bad that they do a 180 and become good can be fun.
Yeah.
Definitely no denying that. Like there's tons of those types of flicks out there. I feel like that's the kind of saddest part. Night Swim is probably more middle of the road than anything. It's a film like you will not remember like 5 years from now. You know what I mean?
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. Like it's not. It doesn't do anything that's that interesting. Like really,
Yeah.
like La Llorona kind of did like the whole pool drowning thing. Like we watched The Curse of La Llorona. I think.
About a year ago, I think.
Yeah, when was that? Like a year ago or something like that. And
Yeah.
it wasn't a very good movie either. It kind of sucked. I think that one was part of the Conjuring universe, and it was similar. Like she drowned her kids in a river, so they were trying to drown the kids in the pool. And it was-
Jeez, no spoilers.
I'm sorry. You should go watch it right now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Waffle, you got anything to say about this movie?
No, I think you
Brand?
guys touched on all of it. From you talked about all the stuff I can actually remember.
Oh, you already forgot like pretty much everything.
Yeah, the movie wasn't good. It was a decent watch, but nothing memorable.
Yeah,
The
like you didn't
one
get bored. I agree. You didn't get bored, but it's
Yeah.
like there's
The one memorable scene was the scene they copied from It, and that's the only reason I remember it.
yeah.
Yep.
Because
Totally.
Pennywise wasn't a filter.
I thought
Yeah.
the climax was to me very fun. I was laughing more than I was
All
scared.
the
Like
Chinese
the
woman.
Yeah, and the Marco,
Yeah.
she turns around, she's like smiling with the black stuff coming out of her eyes, and there was the daddy's like Marco, like trying to find his daughter. I was like, dude, I'm out at this point. I was kind of pissed when you killed the cat, but I'm fully out now. So,
yeah.
Brand, what'd you think? Did you give
She
it a
loved
10?
it.
I was like, you give
10
it
out
a
of
10.
10.
I didn't watch it, but I'll give it a 10 out of 10, I guess.
No, that's not allowed. You are not allowed to give this movie a 10 out of 10. You cannot give this movie a 10 out
Well,
of 10.
that's okay. I didn't watch it, so.
Okay, well, lucky.
Yeah, you didn't miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I would put 4 out of 10. I actually reviewed. I think I put 2 stars or like 1.5 stars on Letterboxd for this one. I updated my account before we hopped on here on Letterboxd. So I would say like 4 out of 10 is probably roughly where it's like slightly under average.
I stick with my 7.
I stuck with a 5. I was like right in the middle.
There's a
right.
reason. So like, to me, the movie was not good. That's true, but it was entertaining enough that I watched it, and I watched it again with you today, and was still just as entertained the second time by it.
That's fair.
So like, it's not a great movie, but it was like the movie did what it was trying to do, and yeah, a little bit of it was
copy every movie.
Pretty much, but a little bit of it was kind of confusing with the dad, and because like I've watched other podcasts that have done this and this movie, and they said like, well, the daughter is a sports person and the son's not, and that's why the dad likes the daughter more. But we never actually see the daughter do any sports. We only see the son.
Yeah, we never even see the dad doesn't even interact with either of his kids very much.
Yeah.
He barely talks to them in the movie.
Yeah,
it's like
so
he's
like
talking to that
the
kid
pool
named
took
Ty.
him over.
Yeah, it's like I don't buy the connections between like they don't feel like a family to me because you don't see them doing family stuff. Like
he had more connection with the kid he was doing the little wrestling in the pool with.
Yeah, Tyler
Exactly.
or whatever,
Yes.
Ty or whatever.
Before he
his name
went to
was.
kill him.
Yeah, and then the son was just mad, but it's like, dude,
So yeah, like that would be the worst part in my opinion, is that they don't really sell the family dynamic. But at the same time, like, did I find the movie entertaining? Yes. Could I watch it probably a third time and still think, oh, this is kind of dumb, but it was fun to watch? Yes. Like, so that's why I stick with the 7.
That's fair. I could watch it again. I just don't want to. I think it's like if somebody put it on and I was at somebody's house and like, we're gonna watch this movie, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, please, for the love of fuck, don't do this to me. But I still like, for me, I feel like I kind of reserve. I guess like the numbers are a bit arbitrary anyway because they mean different things, different people. Like for me, like 4, it's like, oh, you hated this movie. That's like a 40%, but it's like 1 and 2 for me is like when I'm like, this movie is terrible. You'll get bored. Like, I will say I wasn't bored. I do agree with that. I never got bored. I was just like, and there was times where, like, I mean, like I said, I thought the climax of it was funny. So I was getting entertainment value out of it, Like, I was laughing at it. So there's that aspect of it, too. For sure. But, yeah, pretty mid. Forgettable. That's like the worst thing
it's
movie
definitely...
can be.
It's definitely when we get to the end of the year and we all do our, worst movies and best movies. I doubt it's going to be on the best movies. I highly doubt it.
Unless you just didn't watch movies that year. I mean, maybe that could cause it to go up in the ranking a little bit if you just didn't watch anything else.
Yeah. No,
my best movie is this one, and my worst movie is this one. It's all I watched.
It's all I saw. I don't know anything else.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. I will make you all watch at least 5 movies this year.
I love to watch movies, and Adam does too. So
I really want to. I thought we were gonna watch Wonka today, but I got
that's my fault.
with my stuff,
I woke up really late, dude. I
was doing stuff too, but we definitely need to do that this week so we can talk about it on the next podcast for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, that's fine. What was I gonna say?
Just out of curiosity, going back to the Wonka thing really, really fast. Is it supposed to be a prequel to the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or is it supposed to be a prequel to the Johnny Depp version?
No, original. But there's things that happen in it that makes it its own Wonka. Like,
okay.
it's as close as it can be tied to not the Johnny Depp one. Like, there's no way in hell that thing's connected to Johnny Depp. Yeah.
Hey, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It is that bad.
The
literally that bad.
The original is infinitely
Amazing.
better. I get Gene Wilder is fucking chef's kiss. Okay, I will not ever argue that. But I did not think Charlie the Chocolate Factory was the worst thing. As a lot of people
Well, go back and try rewatching it, and it is so hard to watch. It is so bad.
I haven't watched that in so long.
I was just surprised Johnny Depp could even do that fucking voice that he did for her. I was like, God.
Yeah, he's a little too weird in that one, and
Jack Sparrow, man, look at his characters.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it, but Wonka's pretty good. You could see where it would tie in, but at the same time, there's characters that are in there that it wouldn't make sense for it to tie in. So it's kind of its own thing.
I'm surprised if it is kind of supposed to be, like you said, it's its own thing. So I guess like it doesn't make it. But if it was supposed to be a prequel. I think is Gene Wilder's. Who's the guy that's off Shameless?
The guy.
Zac Efron. That is he's related to Gene Wilder. He's like his grandson or something, and he looks just like him. Like almost exactly.
He was one that they were saying should have been who did it, but at the same time, like he was probably doing.
Jeremy Allen White.
I was just looking it up too. Yeah, he was probably doing that wrestling movie at the same time that this was being filmed.
Yeah, you're probably right. Good point.
That's what I'm guessing, or he just didn't want to go for it because the original was one of his family members. I don't know.
That could be. He's more of an artsy actor, I guess, if that makes sense. You know, he kind of goes for. He doesn't really go for the blockbuster stuff. He goes for the. And I know the wrestling movie he was in with Zac Efron. I'm pretty sure that was an A24 production.
Yeah, it was definitely an artsy one too. I really want to see it. I haven't seen it, but I really want to. And also Timothy Chalamet. He's what's big right now. He's in all.
Yeah, he's in Dune. He's gonna be in Dune coming up for part 2, which I didn't. Like Dune either.
Well,
Dune.
You're wrong, and I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I think I have a caveat with this though. Okay, I think the problem was that we sat down. I feel like it's a type of movie where it's so lore heavy and there's so much detail in like everything that you have to like. It's almost something you have to watch by yourself. It's like reading a book, and I sat down and was like trying to watch it when I went in to visit my parents, like 4 or 5 months ago, and we couldn't get through it. And I was
it's
I
based
need to go back
off a book.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's based off one of the best sci-fi novels like people like ever created.
And the first movie is only like half of the first book.
Yeah, which is why it's called Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a slow series.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I'll give it another try. Because that's one where I was kind of like, you know what? I feel that it's because I'm just not picking up on stuff because I'm like watching it with other people and we're talking. It's not like a movie you put on in the background and try, you know. And I was like, I need to go back and give it another shot. So I will.
We can all watch it together.
Out. Yeah, we can watch it if you want because I'm gonna watch it again before Dune Part 2 comes out.
I'd be down to do that.
Then you guys can listen to me make fun of it, like I do every movie.
That's half the fun. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do.
I can't take any of it seriously.
Yeah, she can't. I take all of it seriously.
She's like, don't fucking laugh.
But some of it, I don't know. Like, because, like, especially when a movie is really serious, to me it makes it, like, a little funny, you know?
Yeah, when it feels like the movie is taking itself too seriously, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, it doesn't need to be this serious. I don't know, it's just funny, and I start picking at things.
This is why I watch movies alone. Just kidding. Yeah. So how do you guys want to do this movies that we're gonna talk about, do we each just want to do like what we've been doing? Like, you pick a movie, then what are you gonna want to do?
Somebody go first before me. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break really fast, and I'll be
All right.
right back.
Adam, start
Yeah.
with you.
So are we doing like movies like that we want to watch, or movies that we
No,
wish we would have
just
watched, or
movie,
just
just a movie you want to talk about.
movie we want to talk about? Okay, cool.
Movie that you
Let me.
watched, you love, movie that you know.
Actually, I'll go into this one. I haven't pulled up here. Give me a second here. Maybe.
And the silence is palpable.
It is. But okay, I got it here. So it's called The Creator. I don't know if you guys have watched it.
I have not, but it's on my list
Dude,
of things to watch. It looks so good.
it is very good. Maggie and I watched it, and I honestly I was kind of skeptic on watching it, but I started watching the trailer. We got halfway through the trailer, and I paused it, turned it back over, pressed it play, immediately started playing the movie, like, and we watched it, and it was super good, dude.
I'm back.
He's
Welcome
back.
Well, what movie are you talking about, Adam? Sorry.
The Creator. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think I've ever even heard of that. Hang on. Let me Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of give you a little backstory on it if you want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the overview.
Oh wait, no, I think I have seen a trailer.
Do you want me to take this, Adam?
Yeah,
Because I know what
go
the
ahead.
overview is.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to look it
So
up.
the overview is that the main character, I don't know his name, is tasked to get this AI, but it's not a normal AI. It's the AI's made a human-like AI person. And so he's supposed to get it, and I think he's supposed to kill it, right? That's
right.
What the
So
original...
they're supposed to. Yeah, he's supposed to kill it because it's like a weapon to destroy
humans,
the human race. Correct.
Yeah, but instead he takes it and like tries to protect it, and that's what the movie's about. Is him taking this AI child. By the way, it is a child, and he is trying to protect it from the people trying to kill it.
That is the type of premise that sounds like it's going to have an absolutely terribly sad ending.
Not gonna lie, a second movie could be done.
Oh, okay. That's
so
fair.
The ending wasn't awful. I actually really liked it. I really liked the ending. I don't want to spoil anything, but it kind of it had a different outcome than what I was expecting. It's not predictable at all.
Yeah, I've heard good things. It really did look like a good movie. I will watch it eventually. I plan to watch it when I was on my vacation, and I just didn't do it. I should have. But
yeah, I think we watched it on Hulu. It's on there for free.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
I'll have to watch it
Waz, we'll watch it together because I want to watch it too.
Okay, I'm down.
I'll watch it with you guys again. It's that good. I'll watch it again. So
Dude,
I gave it like an 8 out of 10.
I've been saying we need to start doing movie nights in here, dude. I made a movie night like channel forever ago.
Exactly.
I never used it, so.
Yeah, maybe we'll start doing that more often. But I mean, I usually just watch movies when I can.
Yeah,
so.
no, I feel that.
Right.
I feel that.
All right. Next, Waffle.
I just watched Orion and the Dark.
Nice.
I've never heard of that.
So
It's
good.
a Netflix.
So
I think
good.
Netflix original.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original that just came out.
And it's about this kid named Orion who's pretty much afraid of everything. Literally everything. Has a little scrapbook of every fear he has. And
Oh, it's animated. It's an animated movie. Oh,
watched it
that's
with my
awesome.
kid. And Dark is kind of just fed up with everyone hating him, but in particular him because he's absolutely afraid of Dark. And so Darkness kind of kidnaps him, I guess. And they go on an adventure of what Darkness does throughout the night with him and his friends. It's really good. You got kids. My son loved it.
It actually the animation
cool.
looks really really nice. I'm actually
Yeah.
watching the trailer right now. It looks pretty.
It's literally the movie is dealing with anxiety. Is what the movie. That's what the character is dealing
It's like
with. Just
it's
mass
like a
anxiety of everything.
symbolic of anxiety. Okay, I
Yeah,
gotcha.
and like it works out in a real interesting way at the end. It's not what you expect.
Also, I'm cool with spoilers, by the way. I know if some people I know
We're
may
not going
not
to
be,
talk about spoilers on
but
here.
okay. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you do, I'm cool. I still watch films for enjoyment, so like,
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't bother me
actually
too
put
much.
on the group chat recently that I would like to do some like in-depth reviews on the side of some of these movies that we're
Where you
doing.
actually go into
Yeah,
the
for
spoiler
sure.
territory.
Yeah, where we
of
do a
it.
separate outside of the podcast, just like a movie review.
That'd be cool. That'd be a lot of
Totally
fun,
down.
actually.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Waffle, or is that
No, that's my first movie.
okay? Bran or Waz, which one of you wants to go?
She
Oh,
can
it
go
don't
first
matter.
if she wants. She can
Okay.
go first.
Did anybody watch Annihilation?
I have
Yes.
not.
I have. Is that the one with Natalie Portman?
Yes.
I have not seen it yet, but I've seen a clip on YouTube with like the bear thing, and it's that scared the shit out of me alone, and like I really want to watch. That's another film I really want to watch because
It's
I was
good.
like, that's sketchy.
Yeah, Annihilation. Annihilation. Sorry, may have had a stroke. No, it was really good. I kind of.
Annihilation is a science fiction movie.
Oh, it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was really good, and it's not the best made movie ever. But for the message and the expressionism that they have in that movie about human life was very impressive to get across in a movie like that. So
That's
I
really
really
cool.
liked it. I would watch it
Cool.
again.
I'll definitely
Yeah,
have to watch it.
I've seen some stuff on that movie, and it looks freaky as
Yeah,
hell.
it's
It's almost
supposed to be a psychological
It's
Like-
thriller.
it's
so
like
the-
existential terror, which is like
Yeah.
Yeah.
not a lot of something that a lot of movies go into. It feels like.
So the movie, basically, synopsis wise, would be Natalie Portman's character goes into this void.
It's called Area X.
Yeah, that is this alien object landed, and it's starting to take over all of that area. So they go inside. She wants to find her husband, who disappeared on an expedition into this thing, and all the crazy stuff that happens on her expedition into it.
Yeah, so she goes in with a small crew
Yeah.
of there's like a scientist and an explorer and
Just don't spoil it.
I'm not going to. And
The
there's like
scientist
some
and explorer, it's already ruined. Never watching
there's
this
like
movie.
some military people. There's a couple military people that go with her,
Yeah.
and most of the movie is them trying to find her husband as they go into this anomaly
Yeah.
and all this crazy shit happens.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think-
really interesting movie, and its ending is really trippy.
I was always gonna
So-
say like, because I've seen the trailer for that movie. Like I was saying, I've also seen a couple clips on it, and like it sometimes almost feels like the trailer to a degree is kind of a spoiler because like the concept of like what they're up against is so beyond what like anything humanity's capable of. It's like it seems super obvious that there's no way that the ending of the movie is gonna turn out good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna have a bad ending because it's like you're not gonna. It's beyond like anything that we're capable of like preventing or fighting against or whatever. So it's like
Well, yeah, you just need to watch it.
No, I wanna watch
does
it.
not go the way that you think it's gonna go. It's very different at the end of that movie. We can watch that too at some point.
We'll just add to the list, dude. We'll just have like
Yeah.
a list.
Well,
of
I'll
stuff we can
start. I'll
watch.
start adding stuff to a list of what we need to watch. But yeah. Go ahead, Wes. Your turn.
All right, I think so. Before that, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier too. And I'm trying to think of like a way to like talk about it without giving spoilers because it's not a good movie. Even though I said I don't recommend, I still kind of feel like you guys should watch it because I just want to get like second opinions. But I watched Argyle recently, which I can't remember what the director's name is, but it's the same guy who made The Kingsman.
Okay,
Movies.
yeah.
He also
Okay.
wrote in the comics that is based on. He also wrote those comics. So this is supposed to eventually. He wants to make more than one Argyle movie and then have it cross over with the Kingsman universe. Ultimately, at some point.
Well, don't worry about that, bud. I will be watching that movie even though you dislike it.
It feels like three different people got into a room and all said, we want to make a parody of spy movies like 007 and all this other stuff. But they all had different ideas for the story. And person one wrote Act 1, person 2 wrote Act 2, and then person 3 wrote Act 3. And they're just like meshed together. And it just feels like you get whiplash throughout the film. And there's certain things that happen in it where it's like, okay, like I guess that's in jest or it's supposed to be a joke, but it's just like so stupid. It's so stupid. It's not even funny stupid. It's just stupid. And there's especially when you guys watch it, there's something that happens close to the end where it's kind of one of those things where like something that kind of irritates me personally in movies now because it's kind of overused is let's say there's something that happens in the plot that's really stupid and like even as an audience member you see it happen, you're like that's fucking stupid, and then a character like points it out like in meta, it's like that's fucking stupid. It's like just because you wrote in a line of dialogue that says that the story that you wrote is stupid doesn't make it less stupid. It just means you acknowledge the fact that it's a stupid thing that you wrote into the script. Like a lot of people think that like it's funny like when they hear that they're like, "Oh, a character pointed out that it was stupid, so that's funny." It's like, "No, it's still stupid. It's still stupid." Like,
yeah.
Just because you admitted through a character that it's stupid doesn't make it less stupid. And there's like a lot of points in the movie where it's like that. Also, one thing I will say, and I mean this is kind of a spoiler, but not really because I feel like you should know this going in because they kind of lie. I mean, they just flat out do lie. So Henry Cavill's not a main character.
Yeah, he's only in like 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's the number one person on the poster. He is basically, you'll see, he's a figment of the actual main character's imagination.
I mean, they say that in the trailer.
Like they did not say that. Not in the trailer that I saw.
Yes, they did.
So
she is the writer of Argyle, and then they show Henry Cavill, which you should know that is a creation from her mind, not the actual person, because at one point in the trailer, the actual probably main character says, "Hey, are you ready to meet the actual Argyle?"
Yeah, I don't think that scene's actually in the movie at all. But like it's weird. It's kind of weird. Like you'll see what I'm talking about when you watch it. But actually,
I've heard that same thing from a lot of people that reviewed it.
I will say though I did not know that because I did watch a trailer of it, but maybe it wasn't an official trailer. Maybe it was like a teaser or something for it, and that's why. But I was not expecting it, at all.
Yeah.
And then when you go in and then it kind of happens, and it's like, but he's barely in the movie. Like,
yeah, I did not expect him to be in the movie, other than like in her thoughts.
Yeah, which they could have honestly. There's so many moments where that could have been played up, and he could have been in the movie more, and it would have made sense even like in that context. But they just don't. It's just, and I think the biggest issue too with the movie is almost like it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. It does not need to be that long, dude. Like,
yeah,
there are so many times where I leaned over and asked because like I said, I went when I was in to visit my parents, and this is the movie we went to see. And I leaned over to like mom and was like, "When is this? What is like? This is it. This movie felt like it has ended like 8 times. Like, when's it gonna end? Like, it just gets to a point where it's like it feels like that to me. But I would be curious to know what you guys think of it, honestly.
Well, I will watch it eventually when it comes out.
Me too.
Yeah, it's in theaters right now, but whenever it comes out, watch it. Let me know if I was too harsh or not. Maybe some people might think it's just like, because I could see it being like a thing where some people are like, well, it's just goofy. Because my dad was like, it was stupid and goofy. I liked it, and I was just like, it was too. It towed the line too much between just like it's just ridiculous. And like there's parts of the movies where it feels like it's trying to take itself seriously, and then there's other parts of the movie where it's very obvious that they're just like they don't give a fuck and it's like supposed to be a parody. But it, like I said, you get like thematic whiplash because it feels like 3 different people just like meshed a bunch of different movies together.
Yeah, and I've heard that more than once that's how they felt when they watched that movie. So
yeah, it's the plot is very convoluted, not because it needs to be. It feels like the writer basically said, "Oh, let's write this in because people won't be expecting it. We'll subvert their expectations," but they don't really consider the fact that like you don't want to just subvert audience expectations just for the sake of doing that. Like you want to still have the story make sense and be a good story. And it feels like they just threw that out the window and said, we're just going to try and, make it to where you can't predict what's going to happen. But it just ends up being shit and random because it's, like, all over the place.
yeah,
And so, yeah, that's my opinion on it. I gave it, I didn't rate it very high. But my dad liked it more than me and my mom did. So.
sounds like your dad knows good movies. Just
No, okay, Josh, dude. All right, I have a feeling, Josh, you're gonna watch it and be like, I actually really enjoyed it. Then we're gonna fight each other in real life.
No, that doesn't actually mean because like I know for a fact that me and me and Sean watched a movie back in the day. It was the who's the guy that does Mission? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is the Mummy, and his dad loved it. And me and Sean were like, that's the worst fucking movie we've ever seen.
I've heard that was terrible.
It was bad.
It was
Do you
a bad
remember when they
movie.
released that trailer where they accidentally released an unfinished trailer that didn't have like sound or anything? So the scene, like there was like a scene in the trailer where it was Tom Cruise in that plane when it was going down, but they didn't have music or anything. So it was just Tom Cruise getting flung around the plane, and you could just hear him screaming, but there was no music or sound
Oh,
effects or
that's
anything.
weird.
So he was just like,
That's
oh my god! And, like everybody was like shitting on it all the time because
Yeah,
they're like,
never.
Is
Yeah,
it
dude,
still
like-
out there? Like, do you find
probably
that
somebody
version?
saved it. Like
'Cause
look
that's
up
hilarious.
the Mummy unedited trailer or something like that. It probably is
Oh,
out there
I'm
somewhere.
totally gonna look
Because
that up
they
after
released, they fucked it up, and they were like, I guess they somehow, I don't know how you fuck up that bad, but I remember reading like all kinds of stuff about it, and it was like, it got such bad press for the movie that a lot of people think that it may have even like kind of hindered people wanting to go see the movie because it was like so bad.
No, the movie just was bad.
It was just terrible anyway. Like special effects could not save it.
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be like the start of the MonsterVerse.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been kind
And
of cool.
it literally killed it.
That's a shame. I
Yeah,
feel like that would have been
literally
cool.
Did.
Like Van Helsing, dude. Because I remember, like, Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing. I always kind of wanted there to be like a cinematic universe. A lot of people hate that movie and they're like it's shit. But as a kid, when I was like 7, dude, I loved that movie.
Van Helsing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that movie was at the time. I liked it. My friends liked it. I still would watch it again. It's not it's
very
great.
cheesy. It's very
Yeah,
cheesy.
it's very cheesy.
But I have like a nostalgic soft spot for that film.
Waz, I remember
Yeah.
Koontz was like
Oh,
all
he's
over that
obsessed,
movie, dude.
dude.
He would watch it like every week.
Dude, the best part of that is like that was back in the day where you could put the DVD of like Van Helsing into your Xbox and it would play a demo for the Van Helsing game. And the Van Helsing game was fucking awesome. Okay. You could play like the whole first level and like that's still like
That
one of
is
my
pretty
favorite
good.
like old games.
Yeah. Yeah,
Tie-in
no, it
movie
was.
games were all the rage, dude.
They still are. Let's not lie to each other. People still try and make a
Yeah,
buck out of movies whenever they can.
it's true.
All
It's true.
right, so my first movie is Self Reliance, which came out this year. And it has Jake Johnson, Anna Kendrick, and Natalie Morales in it. And the director was Jake Johnson. It's a Hulu exclusive movie, Hulu original. Jake Johnson is a guy who is down on his luck, and he kind of doesn't like his life is just going nowhere. He's doing the same thing every day. He's super bored. He doesn't know like how to change what's going on. And one day, Adam, what's his name? What's the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg. There you go. Sorry, not Adam. Andy Samberg comes up to him in a limo and says, "Hey, jump in." So he jumps in and then he tells him, "Hey, do you want to make a bunch of money? $1 million?" And he's like, "Maybe." And he basically tells them, like, you're going to be on this dark web game show where they're going to try and kill you. And as long as you survive, you get the $1 million. And the one good thing is as long as you have someone near you, they can't try and kill you. They have to kill you when you're alone. So then it goes into this whole thing of him trying to, protect himself. And that's how he ends up meeting Anna Kendrick. And the movie really puts on the like on the character, like, okay, is he crazy because of all this bad stuff that happened to him in his life and being down on his luck, or is he telling the truth about this
Yeah.
game show? So it's a real interesting like way that they go about it.
I like
And-
Jake Johnson a lot too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a funny guy, and he does a lot of fun movies and TV shows. But it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't expect them to play on the like, is he crazy or is he not so much. So, but
Yeah,
there's
kinda-
a lot of people in it. There's a lot of actors in it, and it was for the first movie I watched in 2024. That was the 2024 movie. It was really good.
I'll have to definitely watch that then, because I'd never even heard of this movie before. But
Yeah.
I do love me some Jake Johnson. I like Andy Samberg too. So
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick's good too.
Yeah, they're both really good.
I'll have
All
to definitely
right.
check that out.
Back to Adam.
This is going back to last year. But let me see here. It is John Wick Chapter 4. I know
Nice.
I've been telling Waz about all of them and that he needs to watch them, and he'll
Haven't watched 4 yet, but last time when I went home this
Uh-huh.
past weekend or whatever,
You
I
did watch-
watched 2 and 3. So
Nice,
I
okay.
just need to watch that. I just need to watch Chapter 4 now.
I thoroughly
Very nice.
enjoyed Chapter. This is one of the. I think it was probably my favorite movie I watched last year, just because I just love Keanu Reeves. But this movie had so much action, and just the overall, just the ending was a good ending for the entire series. But I just really enjoyed it. But yeah, that was probably one of my top movies last year that I watched.
Have you seen the series that they're releasing about the Continental?
About the Continental Hotel, yes.
Yeah.
I have not
and,
seen
like,
it, but I have seen
I
the
haven't
trailer
either.
for it, and it looks amazing.
And they're trying to do a bunch of John Wick spin-off movies too. So even if it's
Cool.
not like the world will still continue on, I guess. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, basically, the last one's John Wick versus
Yeah.
like everybody on Earth.
Yeah.
They're all
And
trying to kill
I-
him.
You already. I told you earlier. Like you don't have to tell me here, but you already spoiled the end of the 4th one for
yeah,
me because I told you that you could. So I already kind of.
yeah.
No.
It's a good
But-
ending. I like the ending. It was well thought out and well made. So I really enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, definitely give it a watch.
I will.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought they could have ended it with the last one, the third one, but I did enjoy John Wick 4. And I know Waffle enjoyed it too, even though he's not saying anything.
Yeah,
Dude.
I liked it. I actually just rewatched it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
this is definitely one of those, like, all of the John Wicks. I can literally just, if it's on, I turn it on and watch it. I love them all.
Well, it's
Yeah,
one of those things you watch it for like the action, the choreography in those films are fucking nuts, and like
Yeah,
what
they are.
Keanu Reeves does to like get prepared for those movies is like the training he goes through is insane.
Yeah.
Like, he goes hard.
Dude, when
Yeah.
my dad got me into, like, The Matrix whenever I was, like, super little. So, like, I've always been a Keanu Reeves fan, and then to see him play in these movies just upped my lovingness for him, so.
Dude,
I
I never
really-
realized people hated Keanu Reeves
Mhm.
before the Matrix films. Like, there was actors like going on interviews saying he was like a disappointment to Hollywood and stuff, and just like shitting all over him and saying he's the worst actor of all time. Which, I mean, to be fair, he is kind of a one-note actor. Like, he doesn't have a lot of range, but like, I don't know. I never realized like how toxic like people were to Keanu Reeves like pre-Matrix era,
Yeah.
because like
He's
that's
such a
like he got
down to earth
really
guy.
popular.
It's kind of like Adam Sandler. He doesn't flaunt his money and stuff like that. He's a chill dude.
Yeah, he's really, really. He's probably one of the best people like in in real life. that
Right.
Is in Hollywood.
I don't think I've ever wanted to jump across and slap someone in the face as much as I do right now for you saying that he wasn't good till The Matrix.
No. I'm not saying that he wasn't good. I'm saying
He's
that's
saying
how
other people
Hollywood.
said that. Yeah.
Like, you go back
Well,
and you look
Hollywood
up.
can shut up.
No,
Bill and
like,
Ted
you go
was
back-
amazing.
I'm saying
Freaking
public
Point
perception.
Break.
Point Break
Yeah.
was awesome.
No, people.
Speed.
No, well, I never even realized it because I didn't know. I thought Keanu Reeves was always like beloved, and people were always like, "Yeah, I like Keanu Reeves."
A
but,
Walk
like,
in the Clouds.
I didn't realize that, dude. I didn't realize that. Oh, was Constantine before?
Yeah.
Constantine.
Matrix?
It
That's
I
'cause-
think that was after Matrix.
It was
Was
probably
it
after.
Okay. I would
At
love
least
a sequel.
the first one.
I'd love a
They're
sequel.
working on it.
Yeah, they are. That was the one movie that he really wanted to do, and they
Oh, if they make, I'm so happy. Oh my God, yes. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So, but yeah, no. Keanu was in a lot of movies, and I remember making my family watch A Walk in the Clouds when I was like 12 years old, which is one of his drama movies. So,
Well, dude, that's what
Screw
I
that.
didn't know. Well, no, I didn't know that was public perception because I always assumed. I was like, nobody ever hated Keanu Reeves. That's not possible. But
I mean,
like,
it's totally possible.
I mean, I guess it's totally possible because people are assholes. But I was watching. It was like a YouTube video of like people do like all the research and like life and time of Keanu Reeves or whatever, and it was talking about like beforehand and like all the shit he went through, and then like his wife, like he lost his kid was born like stillborn like in 1999 or whatever, and then he lost his wife like 6 months later like in a car accident or something, I think. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Like, dude's
Yeah,
been
he's
through
had
the
a
fucking,
hard life.
dude's been through the ringer and is like the best possible person. Like, he's a
Yeah.
really amazing person.
Yeah. Waffle, you got another one?
Yeah. I just recently, with my son, you're gonna notice a lot of my theme is cartoon movies,
Hey, that's
and
fair,
with
dude.
my kid,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
we just watched Sing 1, and then I've finally watched Sing 2, and for me, Josh will know that Sing 1 was one of my movies that I would absolutely watch a lot of, and
50
didn't
times
really think,
in 1 month.
yeah, didn't really think Sing 2 was going to be able to be, better, but Sing 2 is absolutely amazing.
See,
And
I've never seen the Sing movies before, so they're
they're
actually,
so good.
they're pretty decent. I've always get a little hesitant about Illumination because like Illumination like kind of gets some shit for like Minions and stuff, and,
Minions are amazing. I can't wait for the new movie.
I don't like the Minions movies. Despicable Me, I like Despicable Me.
Oh, yeah. The
But-
Minion movies kind of ruined Gru.
Yeah.
Because I've always assumed that Gru invented the Minions, and then it was like, no, they just came to him.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm cool with that. And I like them. I know a lot of people didn't really like the Mario movie, but I thought the Mario movie was fine. And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, that's awesome. I'll have to watch Sing. Like I always remember watching like trailers of it and stuff, and just never being like, I don't really know. I don't know if that speaks to me or not. But if they're good, I'll watch them, dude.
Yeah.
Got to add it to the list, Josh.
I just did. I just did. I started writing a list. I gotcha. All right, Bran. Yeah.
Yeah. The Headhunter. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I remember that one. Your
Why
first.
did you sigh?
Oh my god! It was the first. It was. It was her first. It's a 10. That's where It's a 10
Oh
came from.
no.
That was the first movie we reviewed back in the day, and it was an absolute 10. I didn't have to think. There was zero plot. There was just death, and a little bit of snowfall, and incredible.
I feel like I need to watch this
Incredible.
movie.
No, so
We can. I can
the-
add it to the list.
the story is this man that you come across who lives in the middle of nowhere just by himself. It's a monster hunter, and he's trying to collect heads from all the monsters. And in the beginning of the movie, you see that some of the monsters that he's after, one of them kills his daughter. So the rest of the movie is him devoting his life to avenge her and collect the head of every monster that lives,
Oh
basically.
damn, that
Interesting.
sounds fun. That sounds fun though.
That sounds pretty
honestly.
cool.
Yeah. So, it probably make it sound better than the movie actually is. But yeah, it was a decent movie. It kind of, I don't know. What else, babe? How else could I sell this?
Okay. The movie.
Here's the real movie.
It's based around in the Dark Ages, but it takes a lot from like Skyrim.
Okay.
And it really delves into like this dude's a monster hunter, and he has a certain potent thing that heals him after hunting, and it kind of delves into that whole like healing potion thing. Like, what is healing potion? They don't really explain what it is. The movie's very low budget. It's literally one guy. They call him the father. He's the only one in the movie. They show
Yeah.
shadows of other stuff. He never meets with anybody. He lives alone. You see the daughter at one point, but that's it. Just him and the daughter and the monster. And the movie was made with $30,000, and
Wow.
it made 380,000 worldwide.
So yeah,
I like the movie. I'm actually the one who had them watch it when we did our old podcast. We did a review about it, and it got a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes for the like
review.
reviewers, but it got a 52 on audience score because it really is just a simple movie. He doesn't really talk at all. Everything's in like his demeanor, but it's I don't know. Waffle, what did you think of it?
I didn't watch that movie with you guys.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Add
I'm
it to
gonna
the
have to
list.
watch it. Add it to the
Add it
list.
to the list. Add it to the
oh
list.
my gosh.
So,
We're not doing a review about it.
but that's okay. But you gotta add it to the list. So I enjoyed it. It was very much my style. Lots of action. I don't
Yeah.
have to think when I watch it. There's nothing I gotta pay attention to. It was delightful. The armor was cool.
Yeah.
Stuff like
Cool.
sometimes
Even
I enjoy
though it
watching
was
those
low
types of
budget,
movies too.
the emptiness, like it was just him. There's nobody else. Like you get to watch him make his healing potion, and like sharpen his sword up. Like just the emptiness, kind of
Yeah.
gave it the ambiance that it needed for a low budget movie.
let's put it this way: when I did the review on it, the name of the title was Magic Poop Mud. So
If that
I
don't
don't-
make you want to watch it.
I don't know if I like the picture that is in my head now from those words
yeah,
that just came out of
you
your mouth.
definitely should not like it.
I
You
just
should
got like
fucking hate it.
I got like
It's
Green
not-
Inferno vibes from that name. I don't know why.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I'm
Ooh,
pretty
dude.
sure. I'm pretty sure it's shorter than Green Inferno. I don't think the movie's very long. It's 72 minutes. It's
Green
not a
Inferno
very
pisses
long
me off.
movie. But yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
That was great.
yeah. On to you, Wes.
Alrighty. Are like series off limits or only movies?
It was movies, but go ahead.
Okay, so okay.
Let
Because
me
this
guess.
is this.
Let me guess. Let me guess. Has Been Hotel.
Okay, well, you know what? Fuck you, Josh.
I'm just saying.
I mean that's the thing that I've watched most recently. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Because, like in terms of movies, it's more of a mini series. And it's 8 episodes on Amazon Prime. But it's pretty good. It's a series for me at least. It's released by A24, so it's under their banner. But back when I think the pilot came out in 2019, I believe. It's basically done by like indie artists and indie producers from YouTube. And the pilot came out back in 2019, and then the series released like January 19th on Amazon Prime. It's a cartoon, but it's a rated R adult cartoon. It's something for me, like because I saw like a bunch of stuff about it and like trailers and stuff on it, and it kind of seemed like one of those things to me that was like gonna be a little bit too edgy, I guess. It's like I don't know if I'd vibe with the humor or not. So like I stayed away from it. Like everybody online was like, "Oh, it's so amazing and it's really really fucking good," and I kind of just steered clear of it from a while because it just didn't seem like the humor would vibe for me. But I gave it a shot, like a week or two ago, and watched the pilot episode on YouTube. I think the first episode is also free on YouTube, and then you have to watch 2 through 8 on Amazon Prime. But it was actually really good. Like the animation is really 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 good, and it's actually like a lot of fun. Like I actually wasn't expecting it to like it as much as I did. So I would definitely recommend it if you got an Amazon Prime account.
Yeah. Can you tell us what it's about though?
Yeah. So it's like the concept is it's heaven and it's so basically it kind of takes on like the biblical mythos. So sinners go to hell, and it's about a character named Charlie who is basically like the daughter of Lucifer, and she's trying to redeem people in hell using basically therapy to try and get them to go to heaven is like kind of the whole concept of it. And like because it's hell, like everybody's like terrible fucking people, and everybody like shits on her all the time and stuff like that. But like that's the main goal of it. And there's like a lot of I don't want to talk about too much of it because like there is like a lot of stuff that like spoils it really really bad. But like if that concept alone like kind of sounds like interesting, then I would definitely recommend it. Like the character designs are really really cool, and it's like I said, for me, like because I knew what it was about before going in, kind of knowing that it was about like somebody in hell trying to redeem people in hell so that they could go to heaven. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, I don't know, but like the way they go about it and stuff, and it's actually kind of funny too. So I know Matt really likes it because he's got his profile pictures. One of the characters from the series now, I think, Alistair. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's kind of he's actually a really interesting character too because it's like the character. It's like it's weird how they sometimes make the characters work because they're really bad. Like you're talking about most of the characters are people who went to hell, so they're like really fucking shitty people, but they still make them like you can still relate to them and stuff. And
Yeah.
Like Alistair's a fucking serial killer. Like he's not a good person at all, but like he's still like a really interesting character, and you're like interested in him every time he's on screen and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, I think that's probably all I can really say about it, beyond without giving anything like too much away and getting into like spoilery territory. But that's the general concept. So it's like I said, it's about like a girl named Charlie who's the princess of hell basically because she's the daughter of Lucifer and she's trying to redeem all the sinners so that they can go to heaven. That's the general concept of what it is. And the hotel has been hotel. That's where they go to get redeemed or get rehabilitated. So,
Cool.
But yeah, pretty good. I recommend it. If you got Prime, give it a shot.
Yeah.
And it's also one thing to note too. It's like it is kind of the creator. I think her name is Vivian. She's really into like Broadway musicals. So like there's a lot of like Broadway like music and stuff in it. Very Broadway-esque music. So if you're not really into musicals, it may not be something that's crazy. But I mean, I'm not really into musicals, and I really enjoy it. I think it's really good. So there you go.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, it sounds good. All right. My next one, which I think after this we'll each do one more, I guess. We're hitting hour 30 right now, so
Sounds good to me.
yeah, I figure we'll all do one more and then
So we could talk about
Go.
movies for like hours.
yeah, no, for sure. This is not. We'll probably do more than one of these, but the other one is also a Jake Johnson movie, which I have 10 minutes left of it, so I pretty much finished it, but I haven't seen the full end. Is Ride the Eagle. This movie came out in 2021, and basically the movie is about this guy named Leaf, who he is estranged from his mother, and she eventually dies, and in her will she says, okay, I'm going to leave you the cabin that I own, but on one condition: you have to finish this list of stuff for me, and then you get my cabin. So he goes to the cabin to finish her list, and you get to see like him kind of work through. His mom left him when he was a child to join a cult, and him kind of working through like her death, and it's pretty interesting.
Cool. I'll have to give it. I haven't seen anything about that.
Yeah, what's the name of it again? Did you
It's
say,
called
Josh?
Ride the Eagle. I'll add it to the list.
Ride the Eagle.
Put that on the list for show.
I actually have never heard of this before.
Yeah.
But like I said, dude, I love Jake Johnson, so I could watch anything with Jake Johnson in it.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting movie. All right. Back up to Adam, dude.
All right. So this is actually a movie Wes and I watched. I think it was me, Wes, my wife, and her friend. Evil Dead Rise. We watched that last year.
I still need to watch that. It looked really
And
good.
it was pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie, but there was some kind of stupid parts in it.
Yeah.
Just like any Evil Dead movie. The original one was pretty crazy. But this one's a lot different. Basically the mother gets possessed and they're in like a hotel or like in an apartment, and she's basically trying to kill her family throughout the
I heard
entire
it's
movie.
pretty crazy.
Oh, dude, there's just shit that like I was like, I just didn't expect it to really go down this way. This is really fucking morbid, and you just aren't really expecting it.
If you're not familiar with the Evil Dead like movies, it's gory as hell. So,
oh yeah,
some of the stuff she does, and
dude, the eye hole scene,
the eye
where,
hole
like
scene,
the camera's like through like the door thing, like
yeah,
that's all I'm gonna tell you because like it's wild. When you see it, you'll know though. Like when you watch
door eye hole
like,
scene,
oh, yeah.
and then the chewing the glass. That was insane.
Yeah, that one doesn't leave much to the imagination. Trust me,
Yeah.
it's not fun to watch.
But yeah, it was a really good horror movie, in my opinion, that we watched out of that year. Probably one of the ones that stuck out to me the most. because I was gonna actually I was gonna do one more, and that was oh, hang on 1 second, just real fast. Oh, Insidious, the Red Door.
Oh,
Yeah, that
is
one.
that
That
is
one
that
wasn't as good.
Did you just
That's
do 2 movies, bud?
yeah, but I just wanted to add it in real quick. I'm sorry,
good?
but no,
These 2
I didn't
movies?
want to say
He's
a whole.
breaking the rules.
I didn't
He's
want to
tearing
say
it
a whole
down.
lot
I said
about
1
it.
movie each.
That movie sucked. Don't watch it. Okay, it's out of the entire Insidious series. I loved them all except for that one. It wasn't that good. But no, that was probably the best horror movie I'd watched last year. Was the that movie? Yeah, Evil Dead
Nice.
Rise. Yeah, it was good.
I am going to change around the order. Bran wants to talk about one more movie and then she has to go. So I'm going to let her talk about her last
Do
movie and yeah,
All
you're
right,
fine.
works for me.
So,
I really like Chappie. Did any of you guys
Oh
see Chappie?
yes, I love that
Yeah.
movie with Tom Hanks.
I think so. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Is that the robot movie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yes, it's a robot
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
They made like the mechanized police force.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was a really good movie.
One of them gained a conscience.
I think you mean Hugh Jackman.
Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman. Sorry, I got
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I got
Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, same person.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that was really good. I've been wanting to rewatch it ever since I watched it the first time, the first or second time. Basically, in the world of the future, they make this mechanized police force of robots, and I think dogs that they were working on too. And then, one of them goes like rogue, like the programming doesn't work, I think, or something like that. And anyway, something happens, and the people want to shut down the robots because they don't think it's capable of doing the same job. And in this process of some of the scientists trying to save the work that they did, one of the robots that they created gained a conscience and lived as a robot in the human's world and tried to live as a human with alongside other people. So it was really good. They didn't really get to go in depth with like the robot struggle of morality. But they did a really good job of showing his struggle of living with humans as a non-human, but someone who felt all the same things that humans do.
Mhm.
So it was really interesting. It was
I agree.
funny. It had a lot of action. I liked it for the action. I don't get into the like all the feelings and stuff very much, but it's an important part of the movie.
Brent's like,
care
I
that
don't
much.
have feelings. I don't feel."
Yeah, like I get that it's an important part of the movie and characters, the character development and all that stuff, but it doesn't really.
Those are my favorite parts of movies. Oh, the action is awesome too, though.
It doesn't get me going quite like a fist fight or somebody
I
getting
mean-
blown up.
I feel like it works as long as it's not done in like a, because like a lot of times character development is done in action movies in like a really cliche like stereotypical trope, and it is really lame when it does it. It just feels like it's there as an afterthought. But I've seen parts of Chappie. I've never
Put it on the
watched it
list?
through. Yep.
Oh,
Put it on the list.
gosh.
Josh is like, I didn't expect to have 75
Uh.
fucking movies on this list.
Doesn't mean we'll get to it like this year. Like we'll
Yeah,
have,
it's
we
not-
have
No,
the rest
no,
of our
I get
lives.
it.
There's
Yeah.
not a time limit on this. We just
Yeah.
gotta get to it eventually.
So yeah,
By
that's
next
gonna be
week's
my last
podcast.
Yeah, that's gonna be
All of them.
Brand's last one. So
One. I'm gonna go to the store.
yeah.
A couple things real quick.
So
Bye, Bran.
Bye,
Bye.
Brand.
Have fun, guys.
yeah.
Night, Brand.
Some more movies of the list.
Yep. If you want to, find Bran, good luck. You can just send me a message on my Twitter. Otherwise, good luck. Yeah. All right. Next, Waffle. What is your movie?
It's one that me and you watched probably when it first came out. I think 2018. But I went and kind of rewatched it while playing games. Just kind of had it on the side. But it was summer of '84,
Great movie.
and pretty much kind of coming off the Stranger Thing coattail. So it's in that era. Obviously, it's '84 because the name of the movie. But it's a small neighborhood has a serial killer problem, and a bunch of 15-year-old kids are out playing hide and seek one night, and one of the kids kind of witnesses something, but no one believes him, and it's just like a crime thriller. It's pretty good.
That's some Stand By Me vibes. A
I was
little
gonna
bit.
say that sounds awesome. I want to watch
Yeah.
that.
Add
it to
it
the
to
list.
the list. It's literally the Goonies meets serial killer.
That's cool.
That is.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite horror type or thriller movies. I guess
Thriller.
it's kind of horror.
It says
Just the
crime
way,
thriller.
yeah, crime thriller. Just because the way it goes about what it's trying to show is super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, great movie. I really love that one. All right, Waz.
All right. So my last movie would have to be, because I watched this, I think it was around Christmas time, Hunt for the Wilder People, which is something that you pointed out earlier, and you're like, 4 stars, I agree with, Josh.
Yeah.
And I love this movie. I liked it way more than I thought I would, and it is a Waititi film. And before I watched this one, I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, which I fucking hated, and it made me question how Taika Waititi can direct. He's such a good director. I don't know how he made that movie. I don't know how it exists. But
I loved Love and Thunder. I'm not gonna lie. We
A
watched
Hunt
it
for-
together.
yeah, Hunt for the Wilder People is really, really good. The comedy in it's hilarious. Like the kid, Ricky, the main character, he is. I don't know if you guys have seen Deadpool 2. Like he's the only other film I know that he's been in, other than this one, is he's the kid, the chunky kid that Deadpool's trying to save in Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay.
But he's hilarious, and also the other actor in it is Sam Neill. He's the basically kind of like, so basically what happens is he's kind of this kid that's been going from foster home to foster home because he's kind of problematic, and they've been sending him different places, and this is kind of like his last chance. And they send him out to this new family. That's how the movie starts, and like the wife, Sam Neill's wife in the movie, really really likes him and she's kind of the one that wanted to adopt him. He is kind of like this kind of like stoic. I don't really talk, and doesn't really like him. Sam Neill is, and there's an event that kind of happens that pushes them both to end up having to travel together because they're basically bush people in New Zealand, is like, because it takes place in New Zealand. This family is, and they kind of had to, so they're kind of forced to be together in the wilderness. And like Sam Neill is kind of like a bush person, so he's all about survival and being out in the wilderness for weeks. And there's an event that happens, like I said at the beginning, that causes the Child Protective Services essentially to chase them through the wilderness, trying to get the kid. And it's just like it's a really funny movie. Like Taika Waititi has like a really unique brand of humor, and it really really works in this film. It's hilarious, and it's actually kind of like, in the character development and stuff is like really really interesting, and it doesn't end exactly how I expected at all. I was kind of taken by surprise by the ending, but it's still like a good ending, so it doesn't have a bad ending. So I definitely recommend it if you get the chance, like especially if you're looking for a comedy. Like it's really funny. So I don't know if anybody else. I know Josh. I know you've seen it.
I've
Yeah,
never seen it.
I loved it. Actually, my mom was the one who told me about it.
Same.
They went to New Zealand actually, and my uncle, when he was living there, told them about the movie, and so they watched it there. I'd seen the trailer before that, but I hadn't watched the movie, and we all watched it together, and it was really good. It was a really
Yeah.
good movie, really sweet movie.
Yeah, it is, and funny, very funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good movie. All right, my last one. I'm gonna go full on nerd. Is Jose the Tiger and the Fish, which is a 2020 film. It is an animated film, directed by Kotaro Tamura. It is a film about a girl who's in a wheelchair, and she's kind of just living a life of seclusion, and then she meets a boy who is trying to become a diver. I'm pretty sure is what it was. He was a diver. He worked in a diving shop and wanted to be a diver. And he, on his way home, she's like lost control of her wheelchair and ends up shooting down a hill and running into him. And then he somehow starts taking care of her. It's a really sweet film about two people who are kind of like come together and
What's the name of it again? You said, Josh?
Jose the Tiger and the Fish. They kind of like grow together with what they're doing and find friendship in this, like him taking care of her and them spending time together.
Does this have a? This looks like sad ending territory.
No, it does
Okay.
not end sadly.
Okay.
There are parts in it that are sad, but it was a really
Pretty
good
sad.
movie.
Yeah.
On Rotten Tomato, it got 100% with reviewers and 96% with the audience. So it did pretty well. It did pretty well. It's a romance drama, is what it is. There's drama in it. The production company that did it was Bones, which I think they do some pretty big anime too, if I remember.
I think they're the
Yeah,
ones...
they do My Hero Academia.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
Okay, no. For some reason I was gonna say Spy Family. That's not true.
No, they did Mob Psycho. They do My Hero Academia. They did Bungo Stray Dogs, Skate Infinity. So they've done a lot of animated stuff, and they've done films too. They were the ones that did Full Metal Alchemist, Conqueror of Shambhala, Full Metal Alchemist, The Sacred Start of Milos.
Yeah, Full Metal's a big one. And
Yeah.
My Hero, but
Yeah.
that's because they're just so common.
Yeah, so they've done quite a bit of stuff, and this movie was really, really good. It wasn't super sad. I didn't lose my mind crying over it, so it was a sweet movie.
Actually, going off of that, and I know we're all done with ours, but just out of curiosity, has anybody seen the new Studio Ghibli film, The Boy and the
No,
Heron?
the hair, yeah,
I
no.
have not.
I'm waiting for it to come out on Vudu.
I was gonna say I know it recently, like it came out December 8th, so it's still pretty new. So I don't know
Yeah,
where it was,
the
but-
animated films take a lot longer to get on stuff than. I mean, you're more likely to see it on Netflix before you see it on Vudu. More
Yeah, I
than
don't-
likely.
I,
So
I don't know why it takes it so, because I know like I was waiting forever for One Piece Red because I wanted to watch One Piece Red, and it came out
forever.
it came out in like September or August, I think. It did not come out until almost like a full year later onto like
Yeah.
other places for like American audiences. It was crazy. So,
Yeah, those animated movies and stuff, they always take a lot longer for some reason. I don't know why. I'm sure somebody could tell us.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's got to be like a licensing issue. Like that's the only thing I could think of.
probably. Well, that was the movies that we were talking about this time in our movie Bananza or Bananza,
Have to read through the
Palooza.
list. Gotta get ready
Yeah.
for the next one, just in case
Yeah.
next time we have it. I guess more prepared.
Yeah. No, next time we'll all be more prepared. We kind of did all come in ill prepared. But now we're going to talk about what everybody's been waiting for. A couple news articles. It's the greatest thing I know. No, I'm sure if you make it through this, then more power to you. So, Final Fantasy VII's Rebirth demo came out. A lot of people are loving it. There's an update, I guess, that they did too. It's the demo covers the chapter of Cloud's past, from what I've heard. But I heard it was really good. It's cool that came out. The game itself comes out pretty soon. There's been rumors circling that PS5 is going to be getting some Xbox games.
Did you hear so apparently Xbox is done releasing consoles.
That's only a rumor.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah.
it's tied with that. The reasoning that they're bringing all of their exclusives to other systems is because they're done making consoles. Because supposedly they have never made a profit. They've actually lost money on every console they've ever released.
Yeah, they have never made a profit. I listened to Jeff Gersman, and while if you look at the way Microsoft works, they were never about consoles, and
Yeah.
especially right now, like their main guy. Oh, what's his name? Oh my gosh, how am I forgetting his name right now? Phil Spencer. Yeah, Phil Spencer has been saying it for years that they are not there to make consoles and win the console war. They are there to sell games, no matter
Right.
what console it's on. And Microsoft itself is a provider of services. They are not a provider. They are not trying to win anything. They just provide services, and that's how they make their money. So that was always probably going to come to them pushing out their games to other places. We don't know. Supposedly this week there's Phil Spencer is going to have a talk about where the business is going for Xbox, so we'll see what happens with that. But the rumors right now is that Hi-Fi Rush is going to be on PlayStation, Sea of Thieves, Starfield, which would be really good for PlayStation, and it seems
People were
like
pissed about Starfield, especially because, I mean, obviously, I know that Bethesda is owned by Microsoft now, but all of their games have always been on everything. And when it was revealed that Starfield would not be coming to PlayStation, I know there's a lot of
people
pretty pissy
are
about that.
pissed too that these exclusives that are supposed to be Xbox are going to PlayStation and possibly Switch, which I just get over it.
Well, I mean,
they're
it's
on
such
the-
a
they're
180 though. It's such a
no,
because they've been
it's-
buying up companies like for the past 3 to 4 years, so for exclusives, and now it's actually
Have they been buying them for exclusives?
I mean, people anticipate that that's why. I mean, it probably doesn't matter to them anymore because at the end of the day, they're probably going to make more money having them on every console than having it be an exclusive. Because you're
Yeah.
opening up a
I
whole
mean,
new market on PlayStation.
You answered your own question with they never made a profit off Xbox. So do you think the company that's never
I
made
didn't
a
know
profit
that.
off their system
yeah.
ever cared about exclusives? Or
Yeah,
did they care about pushing out games that people... Because here's the thing. So why did Sony not go to PC? Why did they not put their games on PC?
Because they're a bunch of assholes.
No, because PC players are cheap.
No,
and they
that's
wait
true.
for sales to buy games.
Or
But
they'll
you're
just
gonna
pirate
buy
them. Or they'll just
yeah,
pirate
but
the
you're
games.
gonna buy a $70 game for your PlayStation. You're gonna buy a $70 game for your Switch. That's just how it is. Like Nintendo has never lowered their prices, but yet people keep buying their games over and over again. Why? People have bought Skyrim 10,000 times on the same system. Why? Because they'll buy it because they know
True,
it's a good game.
but-
So it seems like Xbox is more pushing to, hey, we can make $70 again off these older games like Gears of War that may be out on the PlayStation, and it's a whole new market of people who are going to buy this at $70 a pop.
I feel like this is also a kind of almost it gets a little bit more philosophical from the perspective of one of the biggest problems right now is it's kind of like physical media is dying out, and that honestly is a massive problem because you're paying. It's like, oh, well, PC gamers are cheap. It's like, but what you're basically doing is you're paying $70 when you buy something digitally. You are paying $70 not to actually own the game, to own a license to play the game. When the servers go down or the servers are gone, like you go out on YouTube, this is a problem everywhere. You go out on YouTube, you buy a movie, and like you actually buy the digital version of the movie on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like through YouTube Movies. You don't know if YouTube's going to be around in 20 years. So if
No, of
YouTube
course
is
not.
gone in 20 years, you lose that. You're basically paying for temporary ownership. You're paying for a license to view it temporarily. And of course they'll say things like this is a big thing that came up just recently because Funimation is shutting down.
Yeah.
And they're going over to Crunchyroll. It used to be like when you could buy like a Blu-ray, it would be like digital copy included. Like you are buying, when you buy that Blu-ray, you're buying two versions. One is the physical on the disc. The other is the digital code that comes with that. So then you can go out to Funimation, you can activate the code, and you can store the movie on their servers. They're not reimbursing people for that in any way. So when they shut down those servers, you just lose the digital version of that, and it's gone. And they're just like, oh, well, get over it. And it's like, there's like a whole like can of worms you open with that of like how ethical that is, because I don't like there's not really there should be laws in place, but I don't think there really are.
Yeah, but you don't want the people that make the laws getting into that. So
yeah.
and also you got to think of it this way. So yeah, you're paying $70 for a game. Guess what? People have been paying $60 to $70 for like 30 years now. Games should be a lot more expensive. They should be over $100 right now for you to buy, but they're not. And that's base game. That's not whatever. The price of games has actually been the same for a very long time, and we're very lucky that it hasn't gone up.
Yeah, but I'd be
$100.
fine. But I'd be fine if I owned that. Like what I'm saying, like I've spent $100 on a physical copy. I own that forever. Like that is mine, right?
Yeah.
You do it on a
somewhat.
digital. You do it in like because we're going into a digital space where it's purely digital, and that's so you're paying $100 for. Or if you want some of these studio, like Ubisoft comes out, the CEO comes out and says people need to get used to the idea that you don't own your games. It's like I'm not spending $150 on something I don't own. Okay, because if I go out and pirate it, if I don't own the game, then I'm not stealing. Okay. Because
I mean,
like that's kind of my logic on it, and it's like
we do not endorse pirating, by the way, just so you guys know. We don't.
do.
Shut up, Waz. We
I'm
don't.
just kidding.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's gray. It's gray.
It's a black hole. It's a black hole.
It's
Like
a
the
gray
whole thing's
hole.
a black hole. No, the whole thing's a black hole. But it is what it is. I mean, to me, putting these Xbox games on PlayStation only enriches the gaming community.
No, I do agree.
It doesn't harm it. It
I
literally
completely agree with that.
It literally brings new people to the table.
Yeah, they can play the
And,
games actually. So
you
that's
know,
nice.
This should have happened a long time ago. This cross when and I heard Jeff Gerstmann say this. The two biggest games are Minecraft and Fortnite, and they're all cross-platform. When your two biggest games are already cross-platform, who the fuck cares if
Yeah.
these other smaller games are cross-platform? Who cares?
I think exclusivity. I do agree with you. I think that should become a thing of the past. Like that'd be very nice if just every game that's ever made just comes out on every console and allows everybody who can possibly play the game to play the game, because that shows me that you actually care more about people playing your game than you do making money.
Well, and that's the thing. So to me, Phil Spencer has been pushing that out for a long time. He's been saying like, who cares about the console war? Let's just get games to gamers.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. We could talk about this for 3 hours. We're not going to, but
that is true. It's a very like weird. It's a weird thing about like what is the legality of ownership and stuff like that. When it comes
If
to
you guys
licensing
want to
and
know
stuff.
more about that stuff, watch Jeff Gerstmann. He goes into a lot of that stuff. Very good podcaster. He does like 3-hour long podcast, and he will talk about all that stuff. So, we are not. I have not been in the gaming community enough to know enough about that, but that's just my ideas about it and Waz's ideas about, how ethical or unethical it is,
Yep. There's a
Yeah.
lot to hash out there. Hopefully, it'll get hashed out in the right way, and the right people will have the right conversations. But who knows?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to leave, but hopefully, we could help.
Yeah. Another one, Knuckles is getting his own TV show.
Paramount Plus. I saw that.
Yeah,
Actually.
he's getting his own TV show, so that's interesting. I don't know how well that, and I watched the trailer for it,
Me too. I
and
did.
the animation, or not animation, but the CG looks
Not as good,
interesting.
but it's not bad, but you can tell it doesn't look like the movies.
so.
which isn't
Knuckles
surprising.
Knuckles is really good. Sonic and the other one, Tails, kind of looked weird when I watched the trailer. I was like, okay, they look.
I've
They
got the
look
feeling they're not
weird.
going to be in it very much, though.
No,
it's
no.
It's 6 episodes, right? Is that what the?
I don't know the episode. I don't remember what they
I
said. How many episodes it was going to be?
It's 6 to 8. I know that. I'm not sure the exact number.
Yeah. So it's interesting that it's coming out.
Oh, did you hear? Going off of that, I don't know if this is a rumor, but apparently Jim Carrey is coming back for Sonic 3.
Yeah.
I have no idea about that one.
Okay, so
There's no this
Waffles.
is
Did you say you heard that too?
Yeah, he's reprising his role.
Okay, that's what I thought. I swear I read that and I was like, did I just dream that? Because he 2 years ago he retired, going off the Knuckles thing, and I was like, oh shit, dude, he's coming back. That's awesome. Jim Carrey, I love Jim Carrey in those movies, so I'm 100% down for more Jim Carrey.
Yeah, no, he's really good in those. I don't know anything about that one though. There's no rumor that I see on here. I get all my news articles from Kotaku, so
Oh, gotcha.
yeah.
I'm surprised they wouldn't have posted something about that.
Well, they might have.
Screen Rant has some stuff, and so does IGN. And
Yeah,
Variety.
they might
so
have.
I don't think it's a room. Okay, yeah, like what Waffle was saying, what Sean was saying. It looks like they'll probably post one, but it looks like that is legit. That is not a rumor. He is coming back. This is very recent. This is in the last week.
Yeah, that's good. Switch 2, it's rumored that when the Switch 2 comes out, they will also be getting Persona games, which will be awesome for that. I know that the Switch 1 got Persona 4, Persona 3, the original PSP one, or it's either PSP or Vita, and then they also got Persona 5, but apparently this article by Kenneth Shepard says that they are doing remakes for Persona 2, the duology, and 4.
That might be a good time to get into Persona. Then we were talking about
Yeah, it may be a good time. We'll see though. Who knows when the Switch 2 is going to come out? I'm not even going to open that can of worms.
Well, any word on the hardware? Because I know one of the biggest complaints
Nope.
about Switch 1 is we have to downgrade graphics for games when they want to bring stuff to Switch. So hopefully they will have. I mean, obviously, I assume the processing power will be better just because it's the next one. Hopefully, it'll be on. I'm hoping it'll be on par with the current systems, though, so that way, when they bring games to Switch, they don't have to downgrade the graphics. Because I've seen some games where it's been awful, it's mud.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath. Nintendo has never done that with their systems, and they're probably not going to. So
yeah,
it's gonna be probably close to. It's probably gonna be PS4 graphics is what I would guess.
Which isn't the worst thing ever, but
probably not.
It still kind of hurts certain games that are it does. I feel like it might get to a point eventually where if they don't keep up enough, where it's just they can't bring games to the Switch anymore because they just it looks like Play-Doh. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, people don't care. I have a friend recently who got the Harry Potter game for the Switch, and I know for a fact that it looks like garbage, and they can't tell the difference. So
they're just so used to mediocrity, I guess.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we all play on PC, so we see, but console gamers do not.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. They can't even see the difference between like PS5 though, or like
I'm
Xbox Series
I'm
X.
gonna guess. I mean, I'm sure they can. I'm gonna guess that we're gonna get a 1080p on the Switch handheld. It will be 1080, and then when it's on dock, it's gonna be 1440 or like right below 4K when it's
Right.
docked. That's what my guess would be, and a lot of other people's guesses actually know about the gaming community and stuff, but I don't think it's gonna be like super super awesome new Switch that's just gonna be running like a PC. I highly doubt it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't need to run like a PC. Like I get that 100%. I just want it to be on par with the consoles, and
Yeah,
I'd be fine.
same, but Nintendo's never cared about being
Yeah,
with the other groups. So we'll see. We just gotta hope that the Switch 2 is not the Wii U over again.
right.
You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I forgot about the Wii U. I totally forgot about the Wii U.
Yeah. Another one, Spider-Man 2's getting a new game plus mode, and more coming next month about Spider-Man 2. Hopefully we'll get a
DLC. Man.
DLC, because I just finished that game recently, and that game has set up a DLC that is going to be amazing. So if they do their cards right and they do the DLC that I think they're gonna do, then it should be interesting.
Did you see the Insomniac leak that came out? I think it was maybe a month ago. It was
No.
where it showed like, so apparently, assuming they don't cancel the games because it got leaked. Unfortunately, it was really bad, to be fair. 'Cause there was a lot of employee information that got leaked during it too.
That's not good.
Yeah, but some of the games, apparently they're making an X-Men game that will
Oh yeah, that one.
come off from, which is like 2030, like it's way out, and they're also gonna make a Venom game. Obviously Spider-Man 3, and then obviously the next one that they're working on. Apparently assets from the Wolverine game got leaked even. Like it was
That might have got leaked, but they brought out a trailer or a teaser for the Wolverine game. That one was their next game coming out regardless.
Yeah.
I don't know about Spider-Man 3 or the Venom game. It makes sense that they're going to make a Venom game. But I don't we'll see what that ends up being. I'm not very sure what that's going to be. And
Well, hopefully they don't cancel it because of that's what the thing that sucks. Like, oh, sure, but it's like the leak could have affected. They're just like, we're gonna cancel all this now because it leaked out or whatever. And
yeah, unfortunately, this year is probably going to be a year of a lot of cancellations and a lot of closing of companies based off the track record of the first month. So, my heart goes out to all the people that are in gaming right now, because it is not easy to be in gaming at this point.
No, it is not.
So, but hopefully things turn around. But yeah, that's all I got for the night. Thank you all for watching. You guys can find me on Twitter at Tired Sandwich, or on Instagram. Adam.
Find me at Twitch, Adam Bomsky, and TikTok at Adam Bomsky. I have a schedule I'm trying to go by, but hasn't been working too well. I need to actually go and stick with that. But yeah, Adam Bomsky on both TikTok and Twitch.
Wes.
You don't find me, I find you. Okay, how about that? No, but for real, I do have a YouTube, Wasley, 2 Ys, and I also have a TikTok. I don't really output content at this time often, but hopefully that'll change this year. I'm kind of looking at maybe uploading a little bit more, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see if I can actually stick to a schedule for once in my life. So,
yeah. Oh, I also forgot I have a YouTube Tired Sandwich also. And as for Waffle/Sean, good luck finding him. You won't. You can just send me a message on Twitter or Instagram to ask Sean a question, and I will let him know. Again, we really appreciate everybody who does watch this, and I hope you guys all have a good night. Bye-bye.
Peace
And-
out, my
Night.
fellas.
Later.
And Sean,
Like, subscribe, and fuck off.
good night.
Loving that.
All right.